Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Wednesday. I didn't do a video yesterday because life just got away with me. Okay. I knew I needed to run some errands yesterday. I had an Etsy order to ship out and a prize to ship out, and I had 2 local orders to deliver, and I needed to do a little bit of shopping, and I needed to get some yarn for a custom order. So it took me a while to get up and going and get the Etsy order, to find just the right size box, and then to put together the prize package and to write up the note. And when I went to ship the Etsy orders, I have little thank you notes that I send along with some standard verbiage, like, I didn't want your critter to get hungry on the long trip, so I packed him a little snack. Well, all of my thank you notes that I had pre-printed said bear, giraffe, dragon. Like, none of them said dinosaur. So I had to print up new thank you notes so that I could, I have a water bottle here, and it's going to, condensation is going to get all over some papers I have. So I need to move my water bottle. So I needed to find a box. I needed to print up new thank you notes. I got that all together, stuff like that. So I finally get out the door. The closest post office, 3 miles away, was already closed for lunch. And I'm like, oh great, it's lunchtime. So I just grabbed half a hamburger that we had in the fridge and had that for a quick snack before I left. So I had to go maybe 5 or 6 miles in the other direction to go to a different post office that is open during lunch hours. And it's right down the street from where I needed to drop off the first delivery. So that worked out fine. Dropped off the packages, dropped off the first delivery, went to drop off the second delivery. Now that's a friend that I haven't seen in a while. She just had knee replacement surgery 4 weeks ago. So it was nice to just sit there in the coolness of her house and catch up on things, show each other pictures of the grandchildren, stuff like that. So after visiting for a while, I went to head out for my next adventure. Drove over to the mall area, and my first stop was Dollar Tree because, oh, you can't see it, I rearranged things a little bit in here. Like, there's more yarn on the shelves and less notebooks. The notebooks are just out of sight on the very top of the cabinets. But I want to get bookends to hold them in so they don't topple off the ends. Right now I've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 notebooks up there. There is room for more, but if I put more in, they might push the one off the end. So I would like to get just those little L bookends, the little metal things that just slide in to hold books by their own weight. So I went into Dollar Tree looking for that and the Just Chenille yarn in the big $5 skeins. They didn't have the Just Chenille in the $5 skeins. They had a very good selection of the little $1.25 skeins, but I was like, nope. The only yarn that I'm buying today is yarn that I need for an order. I'm going to be a good girl. So when I didn't find the Just Chenille, I gave up and I left. It wasn't until I was driving home I realized I never looked for the bookends. So next stop is a little further down in the mall parking lot. Hobby Lobby. I'm driving down to Hobby Lobby, and I'm just about to turn into the parking lot, and there's a little old lady driving towards me, and she's in my lane. No, no, you're supposed to be over there. This is my lane. So I scooted into the parking lot and got out of her way like, oh dear, oh dear. I hope she didn't get, I didn't hear any crashes, so maybe she did figure out that she was in the wrong lane for driving around the parking lot. Went into Hobby Lobby. 2 colors of purple. I need 2 colors of purple for a custom order. Now, most of my yarn is inventoried. It's on Ravelry, where I've taken a picture of the yarn. I have record of how much yarn is there and where it is stored. This yarn, if it's out, it's not inventoried, because I can just look at that and see like, oh, do I have any purple? Do I have any purple? And yarn out on my yarn cart is not inventoried. And my most recent purchases from thrift stores are all pushed into a tote over there. They're not inventoried. Okay, so I went to Ravelry and said, show me the purple yarn in worsted weight. I just need 2 shades of purple. Light purple and medium purple. Nope. I had very few shades of just straight purple. I had lots of variegated that had a little bit of purple in it, but nope. Very few shades of just purple. So, okay, it's 30% off week at Hobby Lobby. I will go out and get 2 skeins of purple. Now, I had no problem finding the light purple. I think this was a pretty close match to what the customer wanted. A medium purple, that was another story. I love this yarn. They only had 5 or 6 shades of purple. And the medium purple that they had just wasn't close to what she had said. So I'm walking around and around. I thought they used to have Crafter's Secret worsted weight in skeins about this size. Now all they have are the big ones, the pounders. And they did not have any, I think they had one dark purple. They didn't have medium purple. So I was looking and looking. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to buy a few of these. Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel, Grape Jamboree, and pull out this purple color. And that's not even close, all that close. But that was as close as I could get. Okay. But while I'm in the parking lot of Hobby Lobby, I see that I have a message. I check it. It's from the editor that I work with at the Puzzle magazine. And he's asking if I could take on an assignment of a proofreading assignment for a puzzle magazine that would be due at the end of August. Like, okay. Yeah, I'm going to make craft shows for a month. I can do that. So he said, okay, I'll send it to you once we've got it all set here. Okay. So I get home with my yarn and I got one more crochet hook. They had these ergonomic crochet hooks for $1.99. And like I said, I've been making more projects with H, and I only have one ergonomic H hook. So I got another H hook for $1.99. I got home. I think I fell asleep in my chair watching some videos. I seem to do that a lot. And I got the email from the editor. Okay, here's your set of puzzles. I got them all printed out. I calculated that I have to do 3 pages per day. They're tough puzzles. I pretty much worked about an hour each on the puzzles last night. So it's like, okay, until the end of August, I'm going to be spending about 3 hours a day on puzzles. That's going to cut into my crocheting time. I'm going to spend the whole month of August working on puzzles. And I get $70 for it. Yep. But I enjoy doing the puzzles. You know, I'm learning new things. I'm keeping the brain sharp, all that stuff. Okay. But because these puzzles are harder, I was going into avoidance mode. Like, okay, what can I do instead of working on these puzzles? And it's like, okay, let's mess with the yarn here. And I did. I redid the shelves. I moved things around. I cleared off the floor space. I did clean up in here a bit. It may not look like it, but I did clean up in here somewhat. And then I was like, okay, there's still room on these shelves for yarn. So I went out to my yarn cart and I pulled all of the yarns, like the full skeins, mostly full skeins from there, to bring back here and put back on these shelves. Look what I found. Medium purple. Like exactly the shade that the customer is looking for. I did not need to buy 3 of these because I have this. So now I'm thinking, I wonder if 3 of these would be enough to make myself a sweater. I've always seen those hexy cardigans, and I've sort of wanted to make one. And I like purple. So maybe I'll make myself something with that. I have 3 of them. Thanks to my mistake. What was the other thing I goofed up on? When I was getting ready to leave, on Monday I typed up a to-do list. And there were things I needed to do on Monday, things I needed to do on Tuesday. And I was writing my shopping list over to the side as I was adding things and getting things all ready. When it came time to leave, I couldn't find the list. So I sat down and I rewrote it. I think I got everything. I think I wrote down everything on my shopping list. When I got home, I was like, okay, I've checked that pile of papers. I checked that pile of papers. I've checked that pile of papers. Where else could it be? And then it occurred to me, why didn't this occur to me before I was shopping? Maybe when I put my project, my work in progress, back in the bag, maybe the paper got mixed up with the pattern and went back in that bag. Bingo! There it was. So I was able to cross things off that list and see, oh yeah, I still need to do that. Oh yeah, I still need to do that. Well, I had rewritten my list of places to go and stuff to get with the groceries. When I got into the grocery store parking lot, and I grabbed my purse, I grabbed my canvas bags. Where's my shopping list? Must be in my purse. I must have put it in my purse. Got into the store. I'm searching through my purse trying to find the shopping list. Nope, wasn't there. When I had finished shopping at Hobby Lobby, I had the yarn in this. And it wasn't very well balanced in the bag. So first time I made a turn or a sudden acceleration or sudden stop or something like that, let's see, must have been a stop. It went falling off the seat onto the floor and yarn spilling out of the bag. And the shopping list was under there. Yeah. But when I got out, when I found the shopping list, when I unpacked the car later, it was like, yeah, I got mushrooms, I got cider, I got cream cheese, I got milk. Okay, I got pineapple. Yep, I got everything on the list. So, yay! And then once I got home and printed up um, the puzzles, I'm like, I need more copy paper. So I'm either going to have to go to an office supply store or find some, like I looked at Dollar Tree and they didn't have any. Go to Walmart. I don't know if Dollar General would have it, but someplace I've got to find some copy paper because I do like to print my patterns out and I need paper to print them out on. So I need to find the pattern for the planes that the purple yarn is to be used on. It's in a book, so it should be right over there. And I'm almost done with the chameleon that I started. When did I start that? Maybe Monday? It's funny. I got the head done, I got the body done, the tail is done, I think the arms are done. All I have to do is the legs and sew it together. And I was just like, I don't want to work on this anymore. Nope, I don't want to work on this anymore. So I started another project. No, I need to just finish up the one that's almost done. And then I will probably pull another pattern. I'm looking forward to a couple of packages arriving in a day or two. I've got some happy mail on the way. I've been doing more online shopping, not just for yarn stuff. I found a subscription service that sends frozen, gluten-free breads and rolls. And I was like, I'm probably spending like $15 a week buying a loaf of gluten-free bread and all these, gluten-free tortillas and all the gluten-free stuff. Especially during the summer, I don't feel like baking. Nope. So I thought, well, give this a try. I had a $30% off coupon for the first box. So I'll see how I like it and see if I want to continue. It might be a special treat that I only get like every other month. So I just keep seeing the ads pop up on Facebook. Oh, yes, I did. I skipped a stop in my errands list yesterday. I did stop at the Skechers outlet and went back to their clearance section in the back, and I got myself a new pair of sneakers. And if I had been thinking, I would have brought them back with me to show you, but I guess I'll just have to settle for putting a picture in here. They are very cozy, they fit very well, and I think that I'll be experiencing less foot pain wearing some shoes with good padding and good arch support that aren't squeezing my toes. Like yesterday, I was out from 11:30 to 3:30, and when I came home, I just wanted to take my shoes off because my feet hurt. So I'm hoping that will not be an issue with some new sneakers. We shall see on Friday. Friday I'll go do some more shopping. But, being at Hobby Lobby, seeing all the yarn 30% off, I was like, ooh, look at that. I'm like, nope. Just what you need for this order. Because I keep thinking, yep, I need to pare it down a little. I need to get a little challenge going with one of these bags of scrap yarn. Work my way through those and get these shelves cleared off a bit. So I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to go work on dinner in a bit. I've got my puzzle quota done for the day. I did more than my share today. I spent pretty much the whole morning just working on puzzles, trying to get the number down so that I don't have to do quite so many per day. And I'll be able to get in some time crocheting tonight after church. I have to go to church tonight and fill in for the secretary who is away to get the prayer sheets updated. So eventually, maybe I'll get to work a little bit on crafts. That's it. My shirt says, I turn strings into things. So that's it. Bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have at least one thing done. Yeah, I feel like such a slacker for not having anything done. But this puzzle proofing assignment, it's a tough one. That's probably why he ran it by me first. Like, can you take on a big set? Oh yeah, I could take on a big set. Didn't know it was going to be this big. Okay. Bye-bye.